welcome everyone again. Our agenda starts with Fund 8 proposal. We want to have a continuation of our proposal in Fund 8, if you all agree. And do you have suggestions for Fund 8 and which chapter should we propose on? Any ideas?
Maybe I can go over what we had last week, and
Okay.
that could be a start. So 3 things came up last week. The first one was the coding challenges. We could write some basic scripts, start implementing some of the things that we've been talking about. That is probably the most obvious way to go for a proposal. The idea that we talked with Magnus over this week might be a good one. A different idea would be to go for something more social. So let's build up our relationship with NGOs. Let's do something in Ukraine, maybe. Let's do another donation cycle that we can help some place out with. And if we go to that direction, we might have a few different options in terms of challenges that we can apply to. One of them is the nation building dApps. These, looking at it from last challenge, they weren't all that technical. We could do something social with it, and it has low competition, so we might be able to get some funding. Or we might go for other ones, like the one in Grow India, Grow Cardano, Grow Africa, Grow Cardano, something like that, if you wanted to do something social. But in that case, it would involve a lot more non-technical work, and it would involve all of us. We would need to figure out some roadmap to what we can do. And I have no idea what we can do, to be honest, really, on that part.
Well, I don't know if this will fit with Littlefish, but what my passion is I see some things out there that need to be changed, in my opinion. There is a growing just gap between the rich and the poor. I'm in the Portland, Oregon area, and the homelessness is shocking to me because I've lived in the Portland, Oregon area for many decades, and to see it deteriorate because of what's going on in the world. And then also I have a passion to help people with brain cancer because my son had it, and he passed away from it. But while I was looking for things to help him, I found that the pharmaceutical companies are keeping promising scientific treatments away from the public so that they can continue to sell their chemo drugs. And they make a ton of money from that. And I saw it 2 or 3 times, and I saw a pattern. And so as I look into this, I'm convinced 100% that's what's going on. And I want to rescue some of those treatments and bring them to the people that really need it. And so my idea, and I don't know if it fits here, but maybe there's some suggestions as to where I might be able to apply, which category, but it's a unique token. It's split into 3 parts. And my goal is to raise over $1 trillion for worthwhile charitable causes or worthwhile causes, in general over my lifetime. And with this token, the 3 parts are: when you purchase one, you retain 1/3. And then another third goes to build real assets. I have a background in product development, and I co-founded an inventors organization in 1993. We've created millionaires and multimillionaires.
No,
and then
penso che c'è gente, perché vedo le luci accesi da te. No, penso che è normale, casomai.
So anyway, the last third goes to those worthwhile causes that I talked about. And with the continuation of developing real assets through equity shares and companies and startups, et cetera, I see that the coin won't have a lot of volatility. All coins do, but I'm trying to create something that will grow and continue to grow and be able to feed on itself. So big project, but I would like to get started on it and fund it, because it can fund projects like Littlefish and other things and help the people in Ukraine, which is a tragedy. It's just heartbreaking to see what's going on. So anyway, suggestions.
Thank you, Keith. We plan to have a token for Littlefish, and maybe we can use it for your proposals also, and we can have such kind of things covered by Littlefish. What do you think?
Anything that can get this thing started would be great.
Yeah.
And another thing I ran into, this is a small cause, and I still, again, I don't know if it fits, but there's a gentleman that's trying to get support dogs for veterans with the post-traumatic stress disorder. And he's got a program and he needs funding for that. And I was thinking of maybe some kind of a meme coin like Shiba, in order to get something that has kind of a charitable aspect. And I found out there's a token on Cardano that is called Fire, and it's a meme coin that's designed to help firefighters. And so that's just another thing, because maybe something small to get started and then develop it, because I'm going to need to understand smart contracts and be able to maybe create some kind of a DAO for this. So it's a big, big project that will take years to develop, but I want to get started. So anyway, any help I can get would be greatly appreciated.
Welcome, Melanie.
So I was also thinking maybe we could propose in depths and integrations. I feel like that would be where we should do the main proposal now, maybe.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
What can we propose for that one?
Basically the follow-up of the Littlefish, I would propose there, because we are proposing to build a DAO, but that also includes some technical, some building. Not sure if it works with steps and integrations though. That's what do you guys
I think if we have the DAO, it's going to be too broad. But if we just make it a little more of a product, I think we can go with that. Yeah. So maybe
nation building, yeah, dApps is also possible.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, I totally took the conversation away from Keith. If anyone, I don't know if anyone wanted to say something to Keith still. I don't want to be rude or anything.
Kid, I ask you if you can share with me your contact details. I wrote to you personally. So, we can have a session about that separately, maybe, if you don't mind, Kit.
Yeah, so I'm typing something in the chat for contact, if that's what you're asking for.
And maybe we can
So-
have a Cardano for climate session about that and kind of brainstorming together with you.
Okay.
If it makes sense.
Wednesday meetup, Cardano for Climate is on proposals.
Yeah.
And we have room for breakout rooms, some collaboration and figuring out what we're putting in for placeholders for Fund 8.
So, and one of it can be if you want a dedicated room to discuss your subject. Okay, so just I send my contact details, put yours, and let's connect on that. Okay. Sorry. Back. It's okay, Kit?
Yes, that's great. Sorry, I was trying to get back to the microphone. But
Okay,
thank you so
perfect.
much.
Perfect, sir. Thank you. Please, back to you, Chairman Simon.
Yeah, I think we can create our token for such actions. And I think it's time to think about the tokenization and the other stuff. And also the next topic is we want to create an NFT for Ukraine. And Müjgan is here to create it in a week. And if you all agree, we want to have NFTs in cnft.io and other places, and we want to transfer the amount to the Ukraine.
Sure, and you want to do it under Littlefish?
Yes, Müjgan is here in the meeting right now.
Hi.
She's an artist.
Yeah, I'm interested in node-based and creations and softwares. So I'm a digital artist. I want to create something for Ukraine. I have a lot of Ukrainian friends and I'm devastated of the situation. And I want to do something. I don't want to sit and watch everything is tear apart. So we come up with idea with Jem. If you all agree, I will create an digital art for Ukraine and donate all the amount to Ukrainian government.
We just found out from Damien from Cardano Trees today that you can actually do the smart contract with an NFT that gives 100% to something, you know, so that there's clarity, there's transparency that this is an NFT that goes directly to a fund. Nobody's making profit from this. So that would be a really good thing to have as
And he
well.
will help. He's doing it in open source. He will help with that. We basically is going to do something called NFT for Good platform.
Oh, great.
Put in open source, all its code and everything. And you have a community of 10,000 people, right? So
Yeah.
we can organize, if you do the artwork, we can organize a call any day with him.
Excellent.
And for you, and I can actually invite him now for the call. Why I don't want to take off the Littlefish call, but you can see if it's
No,
going.
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
This is what's happening right now. And this is what Littlefish is all about, is trying
Yeah.
to jump in at the moment. And if we can do something like this and bring it together, then perfect.
Sometimes art doesn't have to be something spectacular, something eye-catchy. Sometimes it has to serve a purpose. And
Yeah.
I want to create something like that. Yeah.
It's a mess.
Sorry, we've got a few people off mute.
So the Ukraine NFT, could we do that NFT, push it out, and also maybe have something to do with the proposal as well, or is that just unrelated?
I think actually, okay. No, sorry, I jumped in, but yeah, anyone before.
I think it'd be great to be a part of the proposal. You know, links to whatever's going on. And this is what happens. This is what Littlefish is about. Taking action.
Yeah.
Supporting activists, supporting on the boots on the ground people right now without having to go through all the red tape of applications, funding, verification. We don't need to add more red tape, and this would be a really great example of how this works, how a community supports what's going on.
Yeah, I think let's do it. I'm sure he will help, basically. I mean, his objective is to help. So I will see if he can come now. I just wrote to him. If not, we can set up a meeting for tomorrow, or later on today with him. He's in Argentina, so it's 4 hours behind us, 5 hours back from now.
Who is this again?
It's a Cardano Trees.
Cardano Trees, all right.
Yeah, and he's incredible. You've been in the meetup. We had a meetup last week or the week before about the NFTs for good.
I think so.
Create a platform. So this is Damian.
Yoram, could we do something social, maybe in the nation building dApps? Maybe work some NGOs and do some donations. Could we pull out a proposal out of thinking about along those lines?
I think the nation building dApps is, could be perfect to say that it's a platform for NGOs, right? In the country, in a poor country, to give efficient money. I think, yeah, why not?
So
Build it as a platform.
what could be like a basic thing we could do there?
The idea is to prove, you want to prove first with one NGO, right? So you want to prove with an NGO that you can send money. You can basically publish the NGO on the platform. So any NGO can come on board. I mean, it's a good question, because if you want all the platform, I mean, the platform is a platform that connects donors to NGOs, right?
Right.
And provide tools for NGOs to show transparency and traceability of fund transfer and impact.
Yeah, we want to give them an interface for transparency and traceability.
Exactly. So this solution. So we can try several NGO in one country and say that the objective is to provide it for all the country, right? So that's as a platform.
And we can make them ambassadors for Littlefish.
I don't know if it's a nation building dApps, it's a good this, but in general, I think it fits the challenge objective. And you, because it's you want to do a platform that have all the NGOs in this country, right? The platform that makes more efficient donation. Basically.
Yeah. We want the activists and the NGOs all together. And I think we have to involve the local NGOs to the system. And you have great experience about that, Europe.
Yes, sorry.
And you have great experience about the NGOs, and I think we should involve them in the system. We can't go without them.
I have a question about NGOs. The term is a non-government organization, and I'm not familiar how it operates. I know it has something to do with nonprofits, but does it connect with nonprofits and pull them together? How does an NGO work?
Maybe I can answer as a NGO founder here. Yeah, most of the NGOs are non-profit as well. It's common, but also there are some, you know, I mean, non-government meaning is that it's a civil initiative, not dependent on the government, and they can be profit in profit some cases, and they are called social enterprise in that case. But most of the NGOs, I would say, are non-profit as well. Yeah, but it's a civil initiative. It is initiated for doing something good for the society, not only for the members, but also for the society, for public, without focusing on profit.
Thank you for that explanation. Now, if we do an NFT for Ukraine, is that go into a wallet, and does that wallet go to some agency that disperses the assistance? How would that work?
Well, that is Turkey also. For example, in Turkey, we are not allowed to get funded as an NGO. I was checking the regulations recently, but it is not allowed. Only we can get support through bank transfer. So that's a bit tricky. I don't know how it works in Ukraine. Yeah, I guess Bilge has something to say about this, maybe.
And not just for Ukraine, but also for any other donation we might do. I mean, it is known that for NGOs, what's the percentage? 75, 80% of all of the donations actually go to administrative costs. They're sucked simply. So it's not that effective. And let's say we want to help Ukraine. Let's help Ukraine. But I mean, via which channel do we help them? And how do we donate clothes? Do we provide shelter? Like, I mean, do we buy guns? Where is the money actually going? Who's gonna regulate all that? Like, let's just say supervise all that. I mean, who to trust? You know, that's major trust. The trust is the biggest issue in the world today. Nobody trusts anyone. Do you? So we need some sort of common ground that everybody trusts, and those are unfortunately the big NGOs, which are hand-tied in certain situations, or 80% of the donations are actually sucked up into administration. So there has to be some other middle ground, some other person or people who can help us, which are trustworthy enough to carry out the logistics. That's what I mean. I mean, this is something to think about, no? I mean, let's help the dolphins. Yes, let's. Where to start from? Who to give the, shall we give the money to World WWF? Or, I mean, let's talk brain cancer. Let's. Who to give the money to? Mayo Foundation? I mean, where? I mean, this is, and with things like war situations involved, it's very sad to see all that, but where to start from? I mean, we have to define proper donational goals: clothes, food, medicine, shelter, which one? And this has to be literally carried out by somebody who gets the money in. Yeah.
You are right. We have to define these also.
I think this was the most important, the most crucial part of the entire system that we want to build. And the part that I don't think have any clue as to how we could even start to solve it. The validation of, okay, you sent the funds in, how are those funds being spent? Like it involves a lot of social interactions that you also have to track somehow and validate. But the dream is to start building systems that actually start to solve that problem.
Yoram and I had a discussion a couple of weeks back about this in the context of the project that I'm building for using NFTs for delivering stuff. So in that context, we were talking about this trust issue and how people outside can see and identify where something is going based on taking an NFT at that location of the particular item. So it may or may not be relevant here, but basically it was where we take two NFTs at the pickup and the drop-off point. And since it's a photograph with certain metadata and whatnot embedded, that may provide some amount of proof that the item is being given to so and so. What is the item being given? So what is the item being given was established at the pickup point, and where is it going? To whom is it going? Is established at the drop-off point. So those two things are linked together so that it's accessible to anyone who accesses, and they can see both the pickup as to what is the item, who gave it, and the drop-off, where was it given, to whom was it given, when was it given. So maybe that's useful.
Do you have anything written down on this? Because if you do, I'd love to take a look.
Yeah, it's a proposal called, it's listed under open source development ecosystem. It's called delivery, it's called 5 Loaves 2 Fish delivery through NFTs, or I'm just trying to get the exact name. 1 second.
If you could put it in the chat, that'd be great.
Let me. I'm in the chat. Sorry, I'm in the Zoom call through my mobile. So let me just put it into the Telegram group. I'll link it. I'll put the idea into the Telegram group. Someone can pick up from that. Just 1 second.
Thank you, Dimitri.
In the interim, I'm thinking that perhaps there are groups that are already
group, because I don't have a Littlefish Telegram group as such. I'm just putting it into the challenge quoting, if that's okay. Oh, yeah.
You were saying, Keith?
I'm thinking there's got to be some organization out there that is getting the help to the Ukrainians, and maybe we can arrange something in the way of a wallet for them and be able to, see that what we're doing with the NFT is going to help the people. I wouldn't mind looking into that and reporting next week, unless somebody knows already.
I shared a link in the chat, Keith, with what Joseph shared us at the our event. 7 things you can do to help right now. If you want to do the research on that, it'd be amazing. And Yoram, I'm just wondering if Joseph, if there's some way we can connect with him on the ground, because he's somebody I definitely trust.
Yeah, I mean, there is him. There is actually the wife of Chris from Catalyst. She is from Ukraine. That can be. He's also involved in Catalyst, but Yosef can also be one, yeah?
If you were to find an organization that helps out in the Ukraine war, and what can we do to help them out? Within the proposal, without the proposal, maybe we can do another donation round, or maybe we can find some other way to raise funds and start helping out. But it would have to be kind of quick, so not a lot of time. to do much else.
I think we can start with speak with Chris and connect Catalyst to that in this way, and then promote it over Catalyst. So yeah, if you want to do that, that would be a good one.
Yeah, let's make it with NFT this time, right? So everyone can have a proof of the donation also.
Just so I understand, who is going to create the NFT? Do you need assistance with that? There's some talk earlier about an artist that could create something. Who's on the call here?
I'll be the one who try to create an NFT. I have some ideas, but I'm not finalized yet.
Okay, do you have the access to, when you create the art for the NFT, to actually produce the NFT?
Yes, I am. I'm making digital drawings, and also I'm creating some audiovisual assets with node-based softwares. I am not sure which one I will proceed with, but I'm still on the process of thinking. If you have any ideas, I'll be appreciated.
Just so happens I'm starting to look at NFTs for two people that are artists. And so I'm just starting that process and looking at different avenues aside from doing something on Ethereum because of the gas fees. Be nice if more of the donations could go to the Ukrainian people. So there are some different platforms, and there's also the ability to create it through a software program. But all that stuff is on my agenda to try to figure out how all that works. So are we going to meet in 2 weeks or a week from now? I could come back with a information on that, or just reach out to people directly who are involved. What do you think?
That'd be amazing. If you're on Discord as well, you can just share your findings and we'll discuss it on the next meeting as well.
Okay, I can start posting on Discord. I know where the Discord channel is. I've got it tagged, so.
I'll put
I'll
a
do
link
that.
just in case into the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
Kia ora, folks. Can I share something? My name is Jo.
I've shared the
in-
link in the chat.
Thank you, Dimitri. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm in New Zealand. Yoram just shared the link to this call with me. Couple of things to offer. So there is a stake pool operator that's part of also part of Catalyst Women, and her handle is Mermaida. She's a mermaid, Mermaida, MERMADA, and she is already providing a white glove NFT minting service as part of her stake pool. So she has already done the technical work to, not the artistic work, but the technical work to how you launch and promote a NFT. So, and she's awesome, and I highly, I trust her, and I highly recommend that you reach out to her because she's already done this work, and she's an impact focused lady, so she'd probably be able to help, I would imagine.
That's great. Can you contact her with us? Is it possible?
Her handle is Mermaida. I'll try and reach out to her. My connection with her is through Twitter, So yeah, I'll send her a message, but I don't know who to send her to. So yeah, if somebody could, Yoram, maybe if you could connect me with who I should connect the mermaid with. That would be really
no,
cool. I'm in my
Jem,
car at the moment, so.
Jem or Jakan, just leave your contact.
Yeah, sure. You can give
Yeah,
it me as a contact. Yeah, I can talk.
Okay, I'm going to share your contact with Joe.
Can you do it on Discord, Yoram, so that it's constant? Because I'm in my car. I'm not looking at chat.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's on my telephone. I'm not on the computer, but yeah, so I'm going to do it.
Cool.
Okay, that's great.
Jem, just
Sure.
your Discord here, please. Just that I have it also. And
Sure.
because I'm using different systems than normally on the road still. Sorry, again, what else, Joe, you wanted to say?
So that was the main one. The other idea, like who do you get it to? So two things. Has the Cardano Foundation themselves got any connections in the Ukraine? They have connections with lots of governments. Is it worth reaching out to them and finding out whether they have any connection in the Ukraine? And the other one is a bit of a stretch, but it's certainly worth investigating, and it would be awesome. I don't know if you've heard of a guy called Lex Friedman. He podcasts and talks to some incredible people, and he's Russian, and he's made a lot of connections in and he has family in the Ukraine, and he's certainly a trustable person, or he seems to be a trustable person, certainly with the the way that he interrogates the guests he has on his podcasts. I mean, he's on Twitter, he's contactable. He would, I think, know a trusted source. It's a bit of, again, as I say, it's a bit of a stretch, but it's somebody that has a profile, knows people in the Ukraine, is deeply connected to that, and might be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two things I wanted to share. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, I mean, normally, yeah, it's an incredible project, and it will be great to have you here whenever you can. So,
cool.
And have your passion in. Okay, guys, what's else? What's open? What we need? So you have this name. I'm going to connect to send your contacts to Joe. Damien is going to also connect to you guys. What else?
I think maybe IOHK. Charles just had a YouTube video a few days ago about the Ukraine and how Cardano has staff there. And so IOHK, when I reached out to them because of the bill that was going through the Infrastructure Act, and it was, they were putting out the call to call your congressman and stuff. I reached out to IOHK and I got a response. I just went to support. So that might be an option to maybe reach out to IOHK to see what they know.
So if you can get anything, can you write down on Discord channel? So let's collect everything in Discord channel. Maybe we can create the title there.
Could we make a paper about it? How can people reach out other people to help Ukraine? right now we have a lot of proposal about it, and maybe in somewhere in the universe trying to help Ukraine and don't know what to do.
Yeah, good idea.
I'll start a topic in Cardano for Climate Discord on under active issues for the Ukraine. Any kind of links that you have there, we can add to that. Jem, if you want to start one too, be a great place to connect with our communities and make this happen. I'm going to do that right now.
Great. Thank you, Melanie.
I'll create one as well on the Littlefish Discord, and we can link those up and make that into like a knowledge base to answer these kind of questions and maybe brainstorm on those ideas.
Perfect. Can you share the link that you create in the chat, and I'll put it in right away.
So I think we all agree on creating an NFT, right? Do we need a vote for that one? Oh, okay. So
I have a question for you. The NFT is about the, I kind of missed like a couple minutes there. The NFT is about the mermaid lady's work.
She will help us with the technical details, but the NFT is about helping Ukraine with funding.
About helping, fine, okay.
yeah, Müjgan says we can have something for Saturday, and after Saturday we can have your opinion, and we can publish the first draft on our Discord channel, and we can talk about it afterwards.
I don't know if we can make an NFT who is open sourced. Some other artists can use my NFT as a base, and they can create their NFTs, and it still helps Ukraine. So I want to do something open source. NFT is something you can buy and it sits there. I don't want to create something someone buy and sits there. I want it to be alive. I want it to be something everybody can contribute. If you can make something like that, I'll be appreciated.
That would be important to what Damien was talking about, where 100% goes towards, and it's not a for-profit NFT that someone turns around and sells it because it's important that way. But whenever it gets sold, 100% of that sale goes. And actually, when you think about it, if that's the case, every time it gets sold, a fund goes directly to something important. I don't know how that works, but I know that Damien is working on that. From Cardano Trees.
Okay, I want to read about it if you can share with me. Or
I've heard about a project that is very similar to what MJ was talking about. This person launched an NFT which you could just with MS Paint, you could paint over and then mint your own NFT on top of the old one. And every time you paid an increasing amount of money to do so. So maybe we could start with a base NFT, and then every single time someone else comes in and draws something else, and then they pay just a little bit more, and then we could actually raise some money instead of just selling one NFT. We could sell many at the same time.
This is my main point. I want to do something like that. If
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, you can write your thoughts only, or you can draw a heart shape, anything.
Beautiful. And this may actually tie into what Damien's working on as well, because he mentioned something about working on the layers coding for NFT this weekend. So let's keep him in the loop and see if we can make something happen. Thanks, Yoram. See ya.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Yoram.
Maybe we could do something on these lines, but I'm not sure how we can get that to launch in a very quick time. Maybe there are some tools out there already. I'll look into them. It would be pretty great if we could just have something so similar as like if you have an NFT and you could put a heart on it, right, Ukraine, and that's a new NFT that you can also buy. Like you can just edit the existing image and have something new. That could also be a proposal as well.
It's a great idea.
In what challenge?
Any coding challenge would do, I guess. Even nation building would do because we're doing it for a good purpose. But because nobody checks the proposal is actually fitting the challenge, so we can just apply to any. But probably dApps and integrations that probably fits the best.
If I encounter any technical problems while creating an NFT, whom should I consult?
Me, Çakan.
You can get
Okay.
in touch with me.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have finalized what we want to propose, but it's okay. I'll create some placeholder proposals before the time is up, and we'll talk about fund date again, I guess, over the next 2 weeks and finalize our proposal.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we are at the end of our agenda today. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you all for
Thank
opening
you,
the
bye-bye.
space. Jem,
See you guys
stay
next week.
healthy.
Thank you, Melanie.
Don't work so hard, please.
Yeah, I can't work as I
Good.
used to do. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
take your time.
Okay.
Don't rush in. Wait until
Okay.
you're 150%, and then maybe you're
Yeah.
okay to go back to work. All right.
you.
Thank you so much for all you're doing. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Chuck?
I was just putting the chat log into the meeting notes. We're still recording, by the way. You can stop.
Oh.